My name is Pat Griffin, Senior Inspector for Agriculture, Forestry and Fishing. Most farmers are aware of the risks associated with operating tractors and farm machinery, and the risks involved with handling livestock. However, few farmers recognise the significant risks involved with working at height. Work that far too often results in life-changing injuries and fatalities. Work at height is not that common in agriculture, yet in recent years it has accounted for around 10% of farm fatalities. The most common causes of these fatalities are falls while carrying out repair work on fragile roofs, working off ladders, or falling from tractors and large machinery on the farm. Fatalities from falling through fragile roofs account for 1/3 of fall from height fatalities on the farm, with over half of these victims aged 65 and over. Work other than very minor repairs to buildings is considered construction work, and extensive construction regulations must be complied with. The risk of death and serious injury is so great from work at height that the law requires a comprehensive site-specific risk assessment, which must be carried out for all work at height, regardless of the duration. This risk assessment must identify all the hazards involved with work at height and must set out the control measures that you will put in place to prevent a fall. The HSA have put together an information sheet on working at height in agriculture, containing a simple risk assessment. Before carrying out any work at height around the farm, involving minor repairs to sheds or buildings or on silos, you must ask yourself, are you competent and have you the right equipment to carry out the work safely? The principal risk when working at height is falls, either from ladders, through fragile roofs, or from unprotected edges of buildings and other structures. Following the completion of the risk assessment, ask yourself, have you the skills and competence to undertake the work at height? Are you fit for the job? Are you sufficiently flexible and agile to carry out the work? Is your health or fitness compromised in any way? Falls from height fatalities involve all age groups on the farm. But remember, farmers over 65 are at greater risk of fatality and are far slower to recover from serious injuries. It is important to consider using a competent building contractor for any work at height. Many fatalities involve persons falling from ladders. Ladders should only be used for short duration work and when the base of the ladder is footed and held in place. Ladders should be checked for damage before use and tied or footed to prevent slipping. When using a ladder, you must ensure 3 points of contact at all times while on the ladder. Therefore, nothing should be carried by hand up a ladder. Never overreach while using a ladder, as the person holding the ladder at the base will be unable to hold it in position if it does start to fall. For work of longer duration, a mobile elevated work platform should be used, not ladders, loader buckets or other makeshift platforms. If carrying out roof repairs, assess the building for fragile roofing materials first. Fragile roofing materials include galvanized sheeting, asbestos sheeting, roof lights with perspex sheeting, other materials such as glass, wired glass and wood wool slabs. What condition is the roof in? Can it take the weight of a person? Always assume a roof is fragile unless confirmed otherwise by a competent person. Are perspex roof lights covered by dirt or painted over? Is roofing material aged, brittle or damaged in any way? Are there other risks around the building? Materials which could impede the access to the building or create a trip hazard, which could increase the risk of an injury. Clear around the building before undertaking the job. Also check if there are any overhead power lines close to where you will be working, which could pose a risk of electrocution. Ensure you use the proper equipment. Don't improvise. Always use a mobile elevated work platform for long duration work. Where possible, access the roof to be repaired from the underside using the mobile elevated working platform. Falls from the edge of a roof can be prevented by installing edge protection. If access onto the fragile roof cannot be avoided, the risks of falling from or through the roof must be minimized by installing perimeter edge protection and using roofing ladders and crawling boards on the roof surface to spread the load. Where it is not practical to have a safe working platform in place, collective fall protection measures, such as nets or other collective fall arrest systems, to an appropriate standard must be used. Don't risk a fall from height. Small jobs can quickly turn into a life-changing injury.